another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show, my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, it's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WB. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Billies, yeah. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play a role, get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling is the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, WB. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show, my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, this the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WB. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Billies, yeah. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WB. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show, my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, it's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WB. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Billies, yeah. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play a role, get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling is the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, WB. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show, my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, it's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the change. are. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice your opinion and place your calling. WB. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize.
Good morning, Belize. Welcome to the WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. I'm on the morning, and it is the 3rd of November 2025. Wherever you are, we hope your morning is off to a beautiful start. We want to welcome you to our house to start the week. This is the WUB, Belize's premier morning conversation. Dami, Mose, Hyde. I'll be hosting today, and we want to welcome you all listening to Creme Radio, watching us on XTV. Someone who got apps on the phone and on the tablet, so someone who have social media. We familiar. So if you do, welcome. And to those via simulcast coverage, good old fashioned simulcast. Anyway you get ya, that's still there, and we love it. We trust that your health is great, your energy is high, your vibrations positive. We hope your morning big, spacious, and flexible, because that is ultimately in our favor. We know that that means you will be able to give us quality time and hopefully even give us a call, because that is the ultimate thing, your call. All right, that's what we want. We want to talk. Yes, we start the day. That's how it works. So right now, before we get into the talking and the conversation, we got your warm-ups. That's right. We've got a bit of morning news for you. But before we do the morning news, hey, let's check in with the folks at the National Meteorological Service. The Met Service delivers us this morning's weather forecast. Forecaster Michelle Augustine.
Good morning. Radar observations show light to moderate showers or periods of rain affecting most areas overnight, with the activity decreasing over most areas by this morning. The forecast is for sunny skies with a few cloudy spells today. A few showers or periods of rain are possible, mostly along the south coast. Elsewhere, generally fair and mild conditions can be expected. High temperatures are expected to reach about 86 Fahrenheit along the coast, 89 Fahrenheit inland, and 79 Fahrenheit in the hills. Winds are light and from the northwest, and sea conditions are light chop. A high tide will occur at 18 minutes after 8 this morning, and low tide will be at 4 minutes after 2 this afternoon. The moon will rise at 9 minutes to 4 this evening, and the sun sets at 5:20 this evening. Tonight, skies will be variably cloudy with isolated showers or periods of light rain. Temperatures are expected to drop to about 74 Fahrenheit near the coast, 67 Fahrenheit inland, and 62 Fahrenheit up in the hills. And in the outlook for Tuesday and Tuesday night, isolated showers or periods of light rain will occur mostly offshore and along some coastal areas. In the tropical weather outlook, tropical cyclone formation is not expected during the next 48 hours over the North Atlantic Basin. And that concludes this morning's weather report and forecast produced at the National Meteorological Service.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989, Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
And now making news this morning, 237-acre subdivision in northwestern Hamburgers Key has drawn the ire of residents. It's called the Silver Palm Development and was approved in December 2024 based on a limited level environmental study, which the Chief Environmental Officer Anthony Mose says does not require public consultation because it's not a full environmental impact assessment, EIA. According to Mai, the mega development did not meet the legal requirements for an EIA. He said the impacts expected are avoidable or can be mitigated. He added that the environmental compliance plan approved for the project imposes strict guidelines for the least negative impacts on the environment. The Fisheries Department had raised concerns about the project, as had the area representative, Honorable Andrea Perez, saying it is in a sensitive area as it borders the Holchan Marine Reserve. Mai reiterated that decisions taken are not arbitrary and are based on the guidelines set out within the law and regulations.
Limited level environmental study is an EIA, right? It's a smaller version of an environmental impact assessment. In Belize, what we have is the full scope of an EIA, which are for large projects. And the way we determine when a project requires an EIA is we go to the law. The law states exactly the thresholds of a project that would trigger an EIA. When we went through the screening phase for this project, we found that the threshold was just below the requirement of an EIA, which falls within the realm of a limited level environmental study. We went through the process with identifying some of the key agencies that would have assisted or that would assist the DOE in assessing, evaluating, and finally making a recommendation to us whether to grant clearance or not. And so we developed a terms of reference for the study. The TOR was given over to the developer. They hired a consultant. They put together the report, submitted it back to us, and we met on September the 19th, 2022, for the first time as the review panel, which consisted of the DOE, the Forest Department, Fisheries Department, the Mining Unit, and the Lands Department. And collectively, after the meeting, the committee felt like enough information was not provided for them to make a good recommendation. And one of the biggest recommendations was for the marine assessment in terms of identifying the sensitivity of the marine area, because the subdivision sits adjacent to the Holchan Marine Reserve, that portion of the limited level study was not sufficient. And so we sent back, we concluded the meeting, and we wrote to the developer informing that they would have needed to provide more information to us. They did provide the information, and we met again the same review committee on November the 13th, after which they recommended that clearance be granted for this project. So we developed the ECP, and environmental clearance was granted on December the 9th of 2024. So it took almost an entire year.
May I explain the history of limited level studies and why they were introduced?
So before 2007, developers were presenting a proposal to the DOE that were kind of just below the threshold of an EIA. And legally, we didn't have any tool that would say, well, you know what, you need to do this study because the area that you want to develop is sensitive. And there are a couple aspects of our project that could have significant environmental impacts. We didn't have a limited level environmental tool before 2007. When we amended the law in 2007, we included a requirement for limited level study to capture developments that are just below the level and threshold of an EIA. So we have been implementing and requesting limited level studies since 2007. Since that time, we have assessed and evaluated many limited level studies. And from the beginning, the understanding was that the limited level study, as the name implies, limited, won't be the same as a full EIA, right? And so there are certain aspects of the EIA process that won't be required for a limited level study. And so the public consultation component of it was one back then that was deemed as not being necessary, right? And so we have never requested public consultation for any limited level study that we have processed. But what we have done is, I'm not saying that because we did that in the past, we can't improve and strengthen the process. We currently have a revised and updated EIA regulations that hopefully we could get passed very soon, that really expand the process of the limited level study within the EIA regulations. And the requirement to have public consultation is a provision that is placed within the improved or updated legislation. But it says that the Department of Environment may require a public consultation for a limited level study based on, the public outcry and the sensitivity of the area, etc., etc.
Minister of Agriculture Jose Mai on Friday indicated that Belize Sugar Industries had been asking for a continuation of concessions which would see them exempted from paying import duties and excise tax as well as environmental tax. The Concessions for BSI were first introduced in 2012 when American Sugar Refining stepped in to rescue the industry. At the time, the then PUP opposition objected to the incentive bill, saying it would put cane farmers at a disadvantage. 3 weeks ago, when the concessions were considered, Minister Mose says he objected to environmental tax being included in the exemptions. According to Mose, the exemptions would amount to about $2 million annually.
Well, BSI had been asking for tax exemption for a while now. Cabinet decided that as an investor, they should get exempted from taxes except environmental tax. And I made sure that is not included in tax exemptions. And I brought the cabinet, and yes, Prime Minister agreed that environmental tax should not be exempted.
Do we have an amount when it comes to that exemption that they're getting?
I think they're saying it's $2 million. That's what I think the cabinet paper said.
Over a course of how many?
I think it's per year.
Per year. And then how many years with that?
I think I don't remember the amount of years, but I think it's $2 million. The figure that they use.
Jamaica is expected to receive a payout of $70.8 million from the Caribbean Catastrophe Risk Insurance Facility (CCRF) following the devastation of Hurricane Melissa. The parametric insurance payout is to be made within 14 days of the passage of the system. It marks the single largest payout in CCRF's history. Jamaica is also expected to receive a second payout under its excess rainfall policy. Calculations are still being made as those take longer to quantify than the tropical cyclone evaluations. This is the fourth payout from CCRF to Jamaica. The country received $26.6 million for Hurricane Beryl in 2024 and in 2020 for tropical cyclone Zeta and Eta. The death toll from the passage of the hurricane has risen to 28 in Jamaica, with the possibility of that number increasing as authorities over the weekend had still not reached some parishes that remain cut off. Belizean American Megan Garcia, who filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Character AI and Google in the suicide of her teenage son, reported on Saturday that several weeks ago, California passed the first suicide chatbot bill in the United States. She has been advocating for legislation to regulate AI chatbots for children. Her son, Sewell, died by suicide at the age of 14 after forming a deep emotional attachment to a chatbot and Character AI, which encouraged him to take his life. Garcia has testified before a federal Senate subcommittee, and a bill has been introduced by 2 senators to ban chatbots for children. Garcia reports that the day after this occurred, Character AI announced they would ban chatbots for people under 18. Since Garcia started her advocacy journey, she reports that 5 other families filed suits against Character AI and Google. She has expressed gratitude to child online safety organizations, parents, and government leaders who have been steadfast in their support. That's the end of the morning news update. Yeah, we'll take ourselves a small break. When we come back on the other side, you know, we get to the business conversation. We lift off. This is Creme Radio, XTV. I'm Mose. We'll be right back.
Informative, accurate, current information. Crem's newscast. Local, regional, and international news. Weather and sports.
I'm Randall Friesen and I manage Westville Produce, better known as Granny's Foods. That's our main brand. So we offer high quality grains, beans, rice, and we also offer corn chips made from 100% locally grown corn. We saw a need for high quality locally produced products. A lot of the best products are being exported, and we said, you know, we need to keep some of the best products here in Belize rather than export everything. Atlantic Bank has helped us achieve our goals by providing the financing for us to be able to launch products faster than we would without the financing that they offer. We find that Atlantic Bank is very customer friendly, especially with small and medium-sized businesses. We find that Atlantic Bank is more than willing to go the extra mile. They try to understand your business. So when we go to Atlantic Bank with a certain need, we find that they try to develop a solution that will meet our specific need. I would encourage any small business owner to go to Atlantic Bank for
their financial services. They're very friendly, and just overall, their service is excellent.
Want all the postpaid perks without the commitment? Now you can with Smart Supercharged prepaid plans. All the talk, text, and data you need. No contracts, no hassle. Pay upfront for your package and enjoy total freedom. No commitments. Just simple, flexible plans that fit your life. Pick your power, Core, Edge, or Prime. Prepaid plans, ready when you ready. Commit to no commitments and get yours today. Dial 7526 or star 100 pound key, use the Smart app, or visit a Gimme Dollar agent to purchase today. Smart, bringing people together.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
All right, welcome back. This is WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes, Monday morning, the 3rd of November, 2025. Can we start the conversation? It's now time. Good. You ready? We ready. Of course, this don't work as a one-person mission, right? Can't have conversation as a one-man thing. So, we now invite you to do your rightful thing, your duty, to make this conversation machine turn, you have to go on phone and you have to call. Because this conversation time, business is open. We've got a phone line for you at 280-5848. That is where we do the business of conversation. I'm Mose. We can't have the business of dead air. So if you know the talk, then I have to talk. So one guaranteed way if you shut me up, that's a call. In the meantime, while we wait for you to make up your mind or get yourself sorted out, or maybe you have it scheduled later on in the show, we have to jump in and do a thing on this Monday morning, first morning of November, beautiful November. And later on in the show, as we're mentioning November, I don't know if you've seen, we've been running a promo for concert November the 17th called Punta Topia here in Belize at the Belize Airport Authority parking lot. That's near the municipal airport there behind the Marion Jones Sporting Complex, and we are very excited about the lineup, and we'll be giving away 2 passes to that later on in the show. Later on, right? So kind of a tease, a kind of an incentive. Stick around, it's going to be there for you. So make sure you get ready. It's the first 2 passes I'll be giving away for Punta Topia 2025. All right, so later on that is happening. All right, we're going to start this morning while you get yourselves together. We mentioned earlier, and we have to take on the matter of, see, it's on the bottom right there telling you all about when and where, and you can see some of the mega Punta Rock stars that are going to be a part of that show. Thank you very much, Alexi. All right, we have to weigh in on the controversy. I use that word kind of loosely, but that word I use, the controversy surrounding the ombudsman asking for information to be shared with Brother Jerry Enriquez from the Ministry of Attorney General, and the government basically is fighting that request. There's so many different angles on this, to be honest. So many different angles, and every angle is embarrassing and unpleasant, at least that I, based upon my opinion and my observation. The fact that we are here is incredibly disgusting. Every bit of this there is a positive side. Let me put this out. The positive side to all of this is a significant positive side. Positive side, of course, we have to give Brother Enriquez his flowers. He has not gone silent or gone quietly into the night. He could have said, I've ticked the box, I have stood up as an individual. He has gone way beyond to fight. And Brother Enriquez is not fighting for an individual benefit. It's his fight really has not been about trying to get something for self. But Brother Enriquez has been fighting for something that makes this society take a significant step towards being more fair and just one, and for it to be in compliance with its own laws. That's it. And so if you're not familiar with what the hell I'm talking about, because you do your thing and it's not one of those, it's not been a real sexy issue, we have spoken on it. We have similarly given mad flowers to the Belize Peace Movement, who kind of started this fight, been carrying this baton, been carrying the banner on the matter of ensuring that our electoral divisions comply with the law, which says they should be approximately equal. And we have made the point why fundamentally that was good thinking. You know, I am not the guy that says our constitution is the best. No, I'm not. But like anything, it has its good parts. This was one that needed to be in there, and respect, it's there. It is there. It says, when it comes to electoral divisions, please make sure that you not got some big one and some small one. Well, we know how we go. That day, but we don't really think that anything for follow. Like, why? It's like that day, but yeah, who got anything for say? But fundamentally, we have spent mornings with we just try and pack and show you why this is not some kind of irrelevant, just some ornamental requirement like this study, this come down to the gumption of trying to make your society be fair, equal, and just one, which is never something even if everybody work towards that, even if everybody agree and everybody do the best they could do for creating a fair and equal and just society, like that's still a very elusive thing for create. So you can't afford for slack when it comes to that. Well, you know how, well, people could look upon all the different ways we slack. And this is one. Been slack. And the Belize Peace movement been pushing. We've had them on the show, they've gone to court, they've gone into their pockets, and they've been carrying the banner. And then Brother Enriquez, after the Belize Peace movement kind of get they had a wrap up in a litigation in a court, he come from another angle and he pick up the banner beautifully. Again, as a Belizean, as an individual, like he tried make them comply with this before the last elections in March of 2025. And he kind of find one attorney for work with and carry them out of the court for try stop it. And if you go and you check the news, you realize that they never want to play a fight. But Enriquez really gone all the way and got an attorney, and so ended up with a judge being get recorded and stuff. He even went to try to get an appeals. Then there was a matter of trying to get the advisory council for weigh in on the behavior of the judge. But Enriquez has not been somebody who just tick the box. And up to now, he would have said, well, man, great effort. He done earn the flowers, really. Fully. Don't earn the flowers. Don't say, as one Belizean, I know and just there to write something on Facebook or write one article in a newspaper, which Brother Enriquez has done, or come on a talk show, which he has done. He has come forward, he tick their boxes as well, and he carry the fight. And so, it's brother, the man don't do a thing. Well, Brother Enriquez is not, obviously, based on how he has fought, is not somebody who goes quietly into the night. And he has done it in a way that the system says you're supposed to do it. If you have a concern, if you have a grievance, if you have an objection, if you have something that you look on that needs corrected, you challenge it legally. It's hard to do because you need money to do it. And you have to find the time to do it while ignoring your own. Remember now, Brother Enriquez, I'm acquainted with the brother, he's not a part of the millionaire club. So he need to do it basically, I'm not his auditor, but or his accountant, but I would say he's just your middle class professional. And he has been fighting this fight. And again, I want to reiterate this point. It is not he has not been pursuing this because he need to try to get one grand payment for himself. Like you could say, if somebody feel like they sue the government and fight for sue for getting a big sum at the end of the day, you could say, well, you could, generally you could. That has not been what the fight is about. So, on that basis alone, no care where background you have to give another approval and say, yo, bro, respect. Even if you don't understand the fight, even if you know that not your thing, like you just have to look upon him as a Belizean brother and say, boy, yo, carry on, great work, salute. You believe in something and you fight it through. And that is one of the good parts of this whole craziness. It's obviously very disturbing that somebody has had to fight. The Belize peace movement has had to fight. Brother Enriquez has had to fight. Consume their resources, their time, their energy, go to court simply to make one government do what is required by law. That's all. And would you believe it? After all of that, they are still not in compliance with the law. No. When Brother Enriquez took the matter to court, this was before election, and well, the government was hell-bent on having the election. And so they chose, rather than to comply with the law, which would, I imagine, cause a delay, they had to fight Mr. Enriquez. And they fought it. They decided that they would not rely on government legal persons, their own attorneys, to fight the fight. They needed to outsource this. They needed to go for bigger guns. And they were always bigger guns, but the thing with bigger guns is that comes with a bigger price. So they went all in. They had to win the case. And the way it works, bigger guns gives you an advantage in our court system. Even if you're on the right side, even if you're on the logical side, if you have bigger guns, they will find a way. They generally do. Not always, but if I have the bigger, more expensive, more name brand, more capable attorneys, I could win a case that the sky is green. At least that's my opinion. And so, it never gone well for Brother Enriquez in the court. I want to repeat, while he's doing all of this on behalf of the nation, all the way, he's not really been getting, they're not like people they run and rally behind Brother Enriquez and they make mad donations. None of that been going on. We busy doing and all the things we need to do. Many people don't really see. They don't see what the fuss is about. They don't see why that's such a big thing. And maybe people don't even got time to study, to understand. It's not that they can't understand it. It's just like, oh man, I have to try to survive or try to deal with my life. So he lost, but the government had to employ big guns, and obviously, it's not like when we say the government hired big guns, it's not like they're going to go into their personal accounts to pay for the big guns. They use the government funds. And there is another name for government funds, aka government funds, aka the people's money. Yep, that's the other name, also known as the people's money. And so But Enriquez, who is obviously not somebody that is daunted easy. Again, I keep saying that in a different ways because I have to give full recognition for how this brother has fought. The man fight, and the man they go up against the full power of an elected government. So up to now, would I say nobody could ever accuse Brother Jerry Enriquez of giving up easy. And again, he could have walked away at that point in time and said, Belizean people, I try, I fight, I did all the way to appeals court, I try to get this thing corrected, and then people are, I know win. And he would definitely have done way beyond what is required to be certified a bona fide fighter for justice. Like, you can't take away the man credits. Respect. But the man never stopped there. The man gone to the office of the ombudsman. The office of the ombudsman, which brings us to an important part of the story. I am old enough and been and caring long enough. You know, there was a time when I never got time to study while ago on, but at the point in time when the ombudsman was being introduced, I was kind of paying attention. So I never grew up with an ombudsman. Many Belizeans are old enough to remember a time when there was no ombudsman. When a youth, when they call on a generation, this and that, on a new one, millennial, we don't know about ombudsman. When the ombudsman was being introduced, it was considered revolutionary as far as reform goes. It was billed as something that is going to fight corruption, give direct access to people to be able to take their concerns. In fact, before the ombudsman, I would say that the place where people would have to bring their things would be to the talk show. You had people, had pioneers in that, like Dickie Bradley, right here on Creme Radio, performed almost an ombudsman-like role because there was no ombudsman. There was no place that you could go that had legislative power to say, listen, we need this from out of this authority and this agent. So when the office of the ombudsman was being introduced, said, whoa, okay. Like many things, unfortunately, that are great ideas, the execution and the details and the performance, not so much. But as something for talk about, it looked the part, it looked legitimate. It looked like something. It's like the Integrity Commission, it looked like something, but they're not really the thing. Because what they give with one hand, they take back with the other hand. And so an office that should be one that, based on how it was put to us, the office of the ombudsman was to be a place that authority figures very wary about. Like, it was not to be a friendship. It wasn't to be. They were like, just like the Auditor General, just like the Contractor General, like, these were not supposed to be places where any elected or any empowered authority would have any, like, oh man, then they have to worry about it. You have to legitimately be afraid of those things. The office of the ombudsman was supposed to be one of those offices, supposed to, like, whoa, you have to worry about that. Because the ombudsman could write and say, I want a report, I need to look into this. A complaint has been made. It is, in concept, a very progressive a very empowering thing in concept, in construction and implementation. Then I said a game work. Over the years, it's been a place where you get a good job, a good run, you get a job. Government they put you there and you get a job. And the office open and they take complaints and they put out reports, but it's not really been a game changer. Because why? Because they have very strong boundaries and they don't try disturb the political directorate. They have not. Good people, but they know how the game play. So here you have a scenario, one of the few moments when the office of the ombudsman has actually, Ombudsman Swazo has broken that tradition, has decided, I want to step over this boundary because I have the power to do so. It is one of the other good things about this problem that we're having. I'm spending a lot of time on this, giving the background to this to let you understand why this is so disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. So the ombudsman is requesting, listen, this person has come to me and is saying, listen, I got on a court, I get one licking, and as a citizen of Belize, somebody who took this matter, took my own resources to fight, my resources have been consumed. I want to know how much money was spent on the big gun attorneys that defeated me in court because I was fighting to get the government to comply with the laws of the land. This is not overreach. This is standard, common, basic, fundamental transparency. You hear me? This is your garden variety, everyday 2 cents transparency. This is not a prying into a security classified information of where the military deploys. No, this is saying you spent money on this purpose, and a citizen of Belize on whose behalf you spent that money is saying, could you give us the amount? This is basic. This is just, what the hell? How can you feel that this is not information that you're obligated? You should be comfortable sharing this even without having a request, because you did not spend your own money. You spent people's money. And maybe it is you overspent, but that is our right to be able to know and to make that judgment. And for burning out because that is our damn right. Because the government money, aka the people's money. And so we have a situation where a mess has been created because your initial position was to fight against being taken to task to be in compliance with the very laws that you swear an oath to defend. So this whole downward spiral where you find yourself in a position where you have to make headlines because you are fighting against an effort to create legitimate basic transparency is all the byproduct of the initial position of reluctance and of not wanting and of wanting to believe that you are above the very laws that you swear to defend. What a mess you create. And it brings us now to we, you and me, when they call the people. We, no law, no legislation, no office created will ever achieve the results that we want without us caring and putting our support and solidarity with it. The office of the Ombudsman, whatever legislation we have been able to achieve, it's not that some of these things are not capable of being effective. It is not that some of these legislations are terrible. It is that we do not familiarize ourselves with them, and as a people, we do not stand up. No, black and white can't stand up for itself. Like one law written in a black and white, typed up and put into the laws of the country cannot by itself correct behavior and hold behavior accountable. It needs people. So when my dear beloved African sister Yaya says after every call, only the people can save the people, it's not that it's a guarantee that the people will. It's only the people who decide that they will organize and stand up can save themselves. Yes, we need legislative changes. Yes, we need constitutional reform. But all of it matters none if we don't reform the way that we support and stand up behind them. So here we have people saying that nobody's fighting. Every day we complain of that. Nobody did fight. Nobody did do this. Nobody did stand up with this, with that. Here we have an inspiring display of resistance, fighting. But there's a lot of spectating. There's a lot of good job, boy. I'm sure Brother Enriquez is getting text messages. Good job, continue, get in hell. But that, no do it. That's not how it will be done. I cannot accept that there is going to be a pushback against a request, a rare reach from the office of the Ombudsman, a brave one, because you have to say it's a brave one, it's an honorable one. Ombudsman Swazo, absolutely, I'm proud that you have taken this stance. But we probably rest we stand upon this. Do we signal to our present Ombudsman that we want to rally with you when you rally with courage? Because we are quick if we have a conversation before they say the office of the Ombudsman, that one joke. That one joke once we accept that one joke. But when it stands, we must stand. Krem, good morning, WB. Yes, sir.
Listen to me. I ombudsman, you know. Because I like to make you make. You know, put out your information out there, make way. So we power it today, you understand?
Yes, sir.
So I did the ombudsman, and there was great stand Mose. But sometimes some of my brothers and I find out no special one. I just talk in general because that's why I always stick to what I say, believing that everybody who have become an activist that I see in this country blaze on fire, you know, have a good agenda, but by the end of the day, everything is quiet.
Well,
there is proof of that. There
is a term used in America. I think it's primarily its source and its origin is America, in describing what was done in the days of slavery, enslavement of the African people who were kidnapped and enslaved. And it was called, it's a term called buck breaking. I don't know if you ever heard that phrase.
No, I never heard that before.
It's called buck breaking. And what buck breaking refers to is that whenever an enslaved person did anything of courage to resist, it was important to the slave masters to make an example of that particular person. That like, oh, you want to get trouble? Well, we will have to make one example of you so that everybody else know, stay in line. And so as the name suggests, as the phrase suggests, that person had to be broken. And so there were various versions of atrocities and diabolic, horrific torture. You could imagine it: castration, limbs get cut off, all manner is boiled alive. Like there were all manners of vicious things that had to be done to make sure that when we done with you, if we not kill you, you will never be the same person again, because we have broken you. And anybody that sees that, you know, like somebody got a young child, they want to make sure the young child know, walk on straight line, because if you give trouble, that's what is going to happen to you. Now, they no longer do buck breaking the way they used to, because now they have to change the game. You don't break the buck by boiling them or castration or physical torture or anything like that. But there are ways that you can humiliate, that you can essentially destroy a person. And it is done because we don't know what Brother Enriquez is going through. And so when Brother Enriquez, which up to now has shown that he got a monk fortitude, but when Enriquez reaches a point where, you know, it's like, well, I fight the fight. Somebody answer, well, somebody wants to say, well, we're part Brother Enriquez there. We always could say that we part this one day and we part that one day. The question we have to ask, we part we there? We never want to ask that question. We part we there? If that just for say, Brother Enriquez, we part we could send $1 to you. Because if there is one,
you know you get cut off for everything.
What's that? Well,
you know you get cut off for everything.
What you think?
I ask you who I choose for him.
What you think will happen to Brother Swazo, Brother Major Swazo, you think that he will be considered, you think there's not a price for him to pay for this moment? There's a price that he will pay. But if we don't recognize when people do right, when people do honorable, if we don't rally for that, then why will other persons who are in similar positions feel ever encouraged for, as we would have said, I believe, put we neck out? We have to understand that we got a part for play, birds.
Yep.
We got a part for play. We can't watch courage and be this a courage. I'm telling you, you could say, well, the man they try again and name for yourself. Whatever, you could try again and name for yourself. There are other ways to get a name for yourself than take on a whole government, brother. With your own money. There are other ways to get a name for yourself. If the vanity that the man main concern. So I know I stay and say, boy, make we ignore it, even if you don't understand whether the original problem is not that them brother had to fight to see if they could get one come up. The Belizean peace movement never made a fight to see where money they could get or which contract they could get. Then he said, listen, the last each division to have one as equal amount as we could do, and for the last 20 years we have ignored that, and we got some division were 3-4 times larger than other ones, which means that you have devalued the vote of people who live in a division that they have thousands of people but only have one representative. Like you can't have one division have 8,000 and one only got 2,000, because then it means that them people that were there in a 2,000 for their vote go on greater value and greater impact per capita than for we want. And you can't have that. That one fundamental thing, that one equal rights and justice thing. This is another money thing. This is another contract thing. This is another blue and red thing. Like this man not fight one blue and red fight, then they fight one fight for some man. We can't ignore the law where at least try make we pretend that we want to create one equal and just society. That's what it's about.
Yep.
So I can't sit down and say, I don't got nothing to say about that. We say Belize Peace Movement have big respect to them because they do it for years, and I know a couple of them, brother. They do their thing and then they take money out of their pocket. So every time we get up and say nobody don't do this and nobody don't do that, sometimes we lie. Because we lie if we say that, because you have legitimate cases where people fight, we never have nothing to do with try to get power. Mr. Enriquez none try to get power. Belize Peace Movement never made try to get power. None of them made run for one slate. Yes, some of them made run as third party. That believes for the one third party, unfortunately, that for do one thing we know you don't got no power. So if you just look on this and recognize that, hey, we ombudsman no normally got nothing to say. The office of the ombudsman, let me put it that way, that coin on with lot of say big band music and fireworks and this may for do this and this may for do that, and you know, I mean, sure they have done. I'm not trying to say that nobody has done anything. It's just that this was an office to be feared, and if we are to be honest, nobody afraid of the ombudsman. Sometimes when people call in, and I legitimately, because of understanding where the power lies, and I say I stop saying. I would have for some years I would send people to the office of the ombudsman. I have zero faith. I don't know an office where people fear. And so if now we have a rare moment with part one elected government not happy with the ombudsman, I say it's a beautiful goddamn day.
Yep.
Best believe that. It's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful thing. How I see. All right, my brother, I got to go to break. Give thanks. It's 7:35 inside the WUB Wake Belize Morning Vibes. We go to 2 Cents Camp, sponsored by 4 Point Security. And then after that, we take our first break.
WB XTV, all right? So we do part two. All right? We go around and ask people how they feel about hudut, about hudut, and people that cook it with pigtail in it. Because I tell you, there was a big controversy. The ancestors, they're mad. The people of Greek, they're mad. Trust me, we're going to find out the people in 2 cents. Why they put pigtail in a hudut. People put pigtail in a hudut. What do you think about that?
That's wrong, man. You can't put it in a hudut. Hudut not taste nice. Not taste nice. You can't have pigtail done salty. You can't put pigtail in a hudut. It look good.
And you have any idea where that come from?
No, that don't from Belize at all. That's from Mexico. That's from Belize, yeah.
You sure?
I tell you, that's from Belize, yeah. I did a guy with it. Every son, every 19.
People cook hudut, but they put pigtail in it. What do you think about that? What are your 2 cents on that?
No cook no pigtail in it.
Huh?
No cook no pigtail in it.
You eat hudut, right? So what do you think about the pigtail in the hudut?
Well, I love pigtail, so it doesn't matter. It should be in there.
I eat everything, so it don't really matter me. Yeah, salt the pigtail.
So question of the day, all right. What do you think about pigtail in a hudut?
Pigtail in a hudut?
Yeah.
Boy, I don't think that, you're not really ready, We only usually use lone fish, with hudut. Right? Because pigtail in a whole lot, that throw it off, pigtail not really ready. Not really good for you, though.
All right, that's your 2 cents.
Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
What do you think about pigtail in a hudut?
No, man, that's not right, man. Pigtail not going in a hudut, man. Hudut are straight fish. Snapper, jack, barrow. Nicer with barrow. And shark.
That's your 2 cents.
Yes.
I never hear about shark.
Yes.
Fish are fish.
Shark, yeah, fish are fish.
Right?
Shark, nice.
What do you think, Papa? What do you think about pigtail in a hudut?
Not wrong.
You never try it yet?
No.
Because you feel like you have broke the law, the ancestors.
No, really, but for young, you never pick pigtail in it. You never pick pigtail in it.
Yeah.
Right?
Do
the original way.
Yes, sir. Yeah. What do you think, Papa? Well, I know you eat hudut. What do you think about pigtail in a hudut?
No, that's not right. That's not right. That's not, straight barrow, jack. What do you man say? Jack for the what? Back.
Pigtail in a hudut.
What? Ha! Pigtail. Watch out, you did sock the truth, they tell him that. Watch out, pigtail and hudut make no sense. We better learn, number one, I got to find out. We better learn, means that's bad. Somebody got you can't do that. Why have put pigtail and hudut? Watch out, fish and some richness. People who put hudut, pigtail and hudut, sorry, they're not fake. And you know must be rich anyway.
And how you could tell them that in a girlfriend for me?
In a girlfriend, we better learn Sam Badiga Lira man. Pigtail, hey, Udero, Mama Pigtail. Bye bye.
Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. Planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet and Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
I'm Randall Friesen and I manage Westville Produce, better known as Granny's Foods. That's our main brand. So we offer high quality grains, beans, rice, and we also offer corn chips made from 100% locally grown corn. We saw a need for high quality locally produced products a lot of the best products are being exported, and we said, we need to keep some of the best products here in Belize rather than export everything. Atlantic Bank has helped us achieve our goals by providing the financing for us to be able to launch products faster than we would without the financing that they offer. We find that Atlantic Bank is very customer friendly, especially with small and medium-sized businesses. We find that Atlantic Bank is more than willing to go the extra mile. They try to understand your business. So when we go to Atlantic Bank with a certain need, we find that they try to develop a solution that will meet our specific need. I would encourage any small business owner to go to Atlantic Bank for their financial services. They're very friendly, and just overall, their service is excellent.
I'm super grateful for it because, paying rent, it's kind of hard. Sometimes you get paid and, everything almost goes to rent, and then you have kids and you have other stuff to do. So I'm super grateful and I'm really excited. Definitely bringing a great financial improvement, because now I feel like I would have extra cash to do more for my children, and also, probably do extra activities and take them out a little bit more often and so forth.
Miss Diego is one of our special cases because she was a hurricane victim and then she was a fire victim. So after the hurricane happened, she moved into somewhere she was renting, and that caught fire. So she had a double urgency to her application. I am very happy and very pleased to hand over this home to Ms. Diego on behalf of MIDH and Minister Espat, and along with her area representative, Deputy Prime Minister.
No amount of money we spend is enough, but no amount of money we spend is in vain when it comes to building houses for our people.
Hear this year. Belize, ready? The wait done. The first ever for We Bolido mobile app drop. Bolido, jackpot and ordinary lottery, anytime, anywhere, right from your phone. Easy for use, safe and secure. Pay straight from your DigiWallet. Even Granny could use it. No more line, no more stress. Download the app, pick your lucky number, win big. Go download it now and make the luck start rolling. This is the future of lottery in a Belize. And guess what?
That for we. For We Bolido.
For We Bolido.
For We Bolido. For We Bolido.
Welcome back to Decision 2025 on DDTV, tracking the choices that define Belize's future.
Leon, we have breaking news on what's happening across the country. This is just in. Belize has made its choice, and it's by a landslide.
That's incredible. Sherwin-Williams Paint is the undeniable front runner. From family homes to major projects, Belizeans has chosen the paint that delivers durability, bold color, top-tier quality. Oh, see, I'm getting some information here. Reports are flooding in. Neighborhoods across the country are choosing Sherwin-Williams paint and coating.
Meanwhile, the other brand, well, let's just say their numbers are fading faster than their paint. With superior coverage, long-lasting color, and a reputation that's trusted by Belizeans, it's no surprise.
No surprise whatsoever. The people have spoken. Sherwin-Williams wins by a landslide.
That's right. The people have spoken. And that's the latest on Decision 2025. Thanks for tuning in to DDTV. Until next time, Belize.
Until next time, see you then.
Want all the postpaid perks without the commitment? Now you can with Smart Supercharged prepaid plans. All the talk, text, and data you need. No contracts, no hassle. Pay upfront for your package and enjoy total freedom. No commitments. Just simple, flexible plans that fit your life. Pick your power, core, edge, or prime. Prepaid plans ready when you ready. Commit to no commitments and get yours today. Dial 7526 or star 100 pound key, use the Smart app, or visit a Gimme Dollar agent to purchase today. Smart, bringing people together.
Yo.
Welcome back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's the first Monday morning of November 2025. It's our first conversation of the month of November. Mose Hyde hosting on this 3rd of November. And we are in the business of a conversation. We're not in the business of sermons. We've been preaching a bit, speaking on the matter of the request of the Ombudsman on behalf of Jerry Enriquez, trying to get disclosure on what was spent by the government of Belize on its attorneys. Krem, good morning, WB.
Yes, greetings, Baramo.
Good morning, sir.
I listened to the part of the conversation you was talking about the other brother in regards to what happens in slavery and how much people get tortured if you want to stand up for your right, as Bob Marley say. But I'm thinking, I read a lot of African history or our story from from 1977 I've been reading, and until I couldn't read anymore. But the point I want to make is, after the point of no return, which is where the African was taken away into the New World, as it's called, and in 1555 the Europeans celebrate that they conquered the continent and many are indigenous places. But my question is, how was it possible that a handful of pirates, Europeans, went to the continent and subdued thousands and top of thousands of Africans, when I understand in our story that they were warriors? Europeans afraid of getting in the continent, like in the Amazon, in Brazil, and in the indigenous, because all those people was warriors. They would not allow you to penetrate in the lands or the kingdoms just like that. So it's very curious. I asked this question to myself many years. How was it possible that a handful of pirates from Europe of subdue those brothers over there when they Chakasulu, all warrior? It wasn't so easy to get to them. So I say, I wonder what happened. I wonder if not is because like Brother Mutabaruka say, and I get confused when I listen to the news because the black man joined the Ku Klux Klan. I believe that it has something to do with that.
Yeah, so I'm not about to do a full discussion on history, but the history is there that, like with everything, you have sellouts. you had sellouts, but you also had the strategy of dealing with your enemies who you perceive to be your enemies. So if I'm over here and we have problem with another group or another tribe over there, if we capture anybody and somebody is offering us pay or trade, you could carry there. There was that going on. The concept of what was being done on the other side of the ocean and what was being done to people was not at that time something that people were conscious of. So they just saw it as opportunistically a way to get rid of somebody that you had a problem with. So there was that going on as well. But I think for me the bringing up the matter of buck breaking is to say that there are modern ways to inflict that same message to individuals who act bravely and who act honorably, and that we have to have a consciousness of how we stand in support and in solidarity of individuals who stand up and who fight.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Another piece I wanted to say or mention to you, I don't know if you want to give your opinion. Do you think that in Latin America and the Caribbean, we really live through democracy?
I don't know that there is a place where there is an actual embodiment of what democracy is supposed to be. So obviously I feel that there are places in the world where there's a more genuine commitment to be based on people power. Again, democracy is not the only way, nor is it perfect, but there is a fairness to making the people be absolutely involved and be the determining factor in what is to happen on their behalf. So if you ask me whether or not the Caribbean, I would say that it's hard to have a democracy where there is not an absolute commitment to ensuring that every single citizen is educated in a way that they have full consciousness of all their rights, all the entitlement, all the laws, and democracy cannot exist where ignorance is tolerated.
Yeah.
And I feel that the Caribbean and Latin America, that the powerful elites structurally try to ensure that there is ignorance rather than the other way around.
I could go as far as tell you and shout it there. I learned that throughout Latin America, every educated individual is not to be enlisted in the army.
Yeah.
They only want to enlist people in the army that is like illiterate, people that never been to school, people who don't know how to read and write, people that only know about village life, because they could manipulate them very easy. But in the cities in Latin America, when people is educated, they don't want nobody to join the army or police because they know that they want revolt.
So I don't want to claim the analogy. I feel like the analogy is from Socrates, who, based on what I read, was not a fan of democracy. And his
Greek philosopher,
quote unquote. So his concern about democracy, he used the analogy of if you have people on a boat on a ship.
Yeah.
And they are going to choose, who is going to be the captain of the ship.
Yeah.
But the people on the boat don't know anything about navigation. It is very possible that they will choose a person to be the captain that is not fit because they don't understand what is important and what makes a good captain, because they don't understand sailing or anything about the sea. And so essentially saying that ignorant people cannot choose because they don't understand. And so that is why democracy, quote unquote, comes with a responsibility. And that responsibility is to consciousness and to understanding. And we do not. How many of our schools are committed to making sure that every child that leaves that school has a working understanding of the Constitution?
Yeah.
I mean, I would say very few. And that's one of the fundamental things that every child should understand by the time they get out of our quote-unquote education system, if we are trying to build a credible, legitimate, empowered democracy.
Yeah.
So that I just wanted to explain why I have that position, right?
Yeah.
But I will always prefer what my chances with the consensus and of the people, rather than to exist hoping that I end up with a pleasant tyrant. I will go with the consensus of the people.
Okay, that's right. Makes sense. Now, I'll wrap it up by saying many people have traveled. I was fortunate to travel, but I was fortunate to travel as a child of the road. Child of the road means I went as a grassroots. I didn't go on a fancy plane. I didn't go to a fancy hotel. I didn't go to nothing fancy. I traveled through Central America and many places in Latin America by hitchhiking when I didn't have the money, by post if I had the money. But the beauty, the point I want to make is that you get a chance to interact, and then you know what people is about, what they go through on a daily basis. Than if you go on a like special plane on a special hotel, you never know what the people is going through.
Yeah, and you don't experience in an authentic way any country if you are locked away in a swimming pool and in your room and the restaurant. That is not that you've not experienced that country. But I want just to kind of come back to what I was talking about earlier, Brother Ramadan, is that if you as an individual citizen take your money and whatever you spend it on, I'm not accusing you of this, Brother Ramadan. If you decide you want to spend your money on one woman and give your money to a woman and buy her gifts, if you decide you want to take your money and you want spend on some lavish food, like, it's your money. And nobody can come to you and say, we want to know how much money you spend on this A or spend on B or whatever. But the minute you are spending somebody else's money, then you have created a duty, an obligation. When that person says, I want to know how much you spent on A, that's an obligation. The government is not barred from hiring big gun attorneys. It's not illegal. It is something that they can do. So there is no law broken. And there is no, based on my understanding, any law that says they are not allowed to spend more than a particular sum when hiring an outside attorney.
Especially when you not sweat for it.
But The one thing about that, the one obligation that I know of, is that you have to face the assessment of the people. And the only way the people can assess whether or not you acted intelligently, prudently, responsibly with their money, they have to know how much. It's hard for anybody to know if you are acting responsibly and prudently without knowing the sum. There has to be a number. So if you make the decision to hire big gun attorneys, and we know what you got the big gun attorneys for. Now remember now, I don't know how much money we are spending on the attorneys that are fighting the ICJ fight.
Yeah.
And I imagine a lot because
of course,
a bunch of foreign, some big
time liars,
some big time international people with, like we have a lot of attorneys, but I don't know that we have an attorney that has represented at the ICJ before. So that are new terrain, and so we have got people we know there, and so end up with, as I know we end up with Europeans because this is our court in Europe. Boom. And I imagine a lot. And again, people will say, well, if we look upon where the fight, and remember now that the people vote for it, and we know what's on the line. You know what's on the line? Everything. So with everything on the line, we pay a lot, but nobody wants to say you act irresponsibly because you hire the best and you spend one crazy amount to try to defend. And so where to try to defend, you try to defend everything. While we hate the fact that the money to go like that, we have to accept the money where an argument, one very strong argument can be made that is money well spent. But if it is, you are spending the money because you failed to comply with the law, not for one time or just one short time, but for years. You never do your basic duty, and now to make sure that you don't have to be forced into the inconvenience of doing it before an elections, you decide to spend the money on that. Now that creates a high possibility that the never money that was well spent. But for the people of Belize, who the money belongs to, on whose behalf you spend every copper you spend, they have every right, no matter which Belizean it is, whether their background, whether their income bracket, that Belizean can say, I want to know how much money you spend on that, because you spent it and it's not yours. If the money was spent out of the bank accounts of a particular minister or leader, then it's not our business.
Correct.
But you spent the people's money.
Right.
And
right.
so,
well said.
and so Brother Enriquez did the right thing. He went to the ombudsman, who, again, the office of the ombudsman has been underwhelming, but it doesn't mean it doesn't have the power.
Yeah.
And so Ombudsman Major Gilbert Swazo has acted correctly. He's acted with courage. He's acted with honor.
Respect to the man.
And said, maybe you don't have to put the name of the attorney.
Yeah.
You could redact that, but make us say how much. And remember, nobody, whatever they spend, it is not a crime But but the people have a right to know the amount for say whether or not they feel like you spend free money in a ridiculous, irresponsible manner, and you're a madman. We have a right for we have a right for know the amount so that we can know whether or not.
If you excuse me, I want before me little crazy finish, I want to mention two more things to you.
Got you.
You say you had traveled to the neighbor country of Guatemala, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever went by road?
Yes.
Okay. So do you remember that when before you reach the city, what connects the city to the northern part of Guatemala is a big 3,000 feet bridge called Belize Bridge?
I have to be honest with you. Both occasions when I traveled by road, the trip is such that we left in the afternoon, evening.
Yeah.
And then you basically sleep.
You travel through the night.
Through the night, and then
Okay.
I wake up when we get that.
Yeah.
I have absolutely no recollection of the physical experience of traveling to Guatemala.
Okay. Well, I just want to share that with you, right? Whenever you travel anytime, if you do travel anytime again and you get a chance to go by the 8 hours, he's curious to know that the bridge that is a big, long and high bridge, to about 3,000 feet high, that connects the city with the northern part of Guatemala. When you head up, coming back up to either Puerto Barrios or Petén, that bridge near Belize Bridge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't aware of that. Well, listen.
Yeah.
I have no problem if that is going to be the way that they deal with loving us so much that they can call whatever they want to call over their Belize, as long as that they're not a real Belize.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm okay with that.
The last thing you mentioned ships, and you mentioned that they have to. Well, what I experienced on the ship is that in these days, everybody that's European is the chief, the captain, the staff captain, the officer, top officer, non-European. And we know the Caribbean and Latin America people, we are hired for one thing, because we have the skill that they don't have, even though they are European and they have the big position. I noticed the bossman and the head of the carpenter department, the plumbing, the fire, etc. They don't know a thing about it. We do the work. They are bad because European. They were European. But respect to you, my brother.
All right, give thanks. I have a call. All right, we must have called. Yeah, this is the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. On this first Monday morning of November, as we mentioned, later on in the show, we're going to give away 2 passes for Puntotopia 2025, which takes place 2 weeks from today, November the 17th. We are promising you a great event. Let me take this call before I go to my break. Krem, good morning, WB. Krem, good morning. All right.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Brother Mose, blessed morning, my brother. Greetings.
Good morning.
I want to say greetings to your audience as well. We're in the month of November. I got to salute my Garifuna brothers and sisters. We've come a long way, a long journey to settle here in Belize. Uruwe. This is King Cyril Uruwe. I heard you talking about this situation with the ombudsman. I really wonder what the Prime Minister of this country is thinking. I listened to you, my brother, and what I'm taking from what you're saying and what you've been saying, it's like a referee. You to watch a boxing match, and you're fighting Mose Hyde against Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson punch you in the nose or do some type of foul move. And so one of the audience watching say, hey, Mr. Referee, you not say that? And the referee put that move in check. And so Mike Tyson start attack the referee as well. Because the referee is doing what is right. Mr. Prime Minister, what are you doing? I am questioning your sanity, my brother. I am a respectful man. And I try so hard not to disrespect you as the chief of this country. I try so hard not to insult you, but I am questioning your judgment. Not it, actually, that's being polite. What are you doing? We are to put this in check. We the people, Johnny Briceño and his government, his administration is doing what he's doing what they are doing because we allow them to. We let them. What is wrong with us? And I want to say this most. I don't believe in a sensationalization and sensationalized things. But I want to appeal to my people, my Garifuna people, especially them one year at Dangriga. Somehow you might have issues against Major Sowazo, but you have to put aside personal differences. Remember this day, remember the day when the government of Belize, when your Prime Minister is taking the ombudsman, the referee, to court for doing the right thing. This government, this Briceño administration has become so comfortable rewarding corruption. And punish those who deliver justice to the people of Belize. Janet Briceño, I am talking to you, my brother. I will not get comfortable calling out GOB, the government of Belize. Each and every one of you, you have a heart, you have a mind, you have a conscience. You are the people that are hiding under this banner called the government of Belize. And the Belizean people will rise up. We're getting sick and tired of it.
All right, my brother.
They love when we are complacent.
My brother, King Cyril. Hello.
Yes, I know.
You hearing me, my brother? Yeah. First of all, continue the great work. I'm able to see a bit of your stuff on social media. Continue the great work, and I'm honored by your call. This issue, while I perfectly understand the solidarity with your Garifuna brother and calling on the community to stand, and Major Swazo is a proud Garifuna man, so that is there 100. What he is doing and the stance that he has taken is on behalf of every single one of us, regardless of your ethnicity. The stance that Brother Enriquez and the fight that he has taken on is a fight for every Belizean man, woman, and child, again, regardless of ethnicity. But absolutely, you have every right to be proud that your Garifuna brothers are standing and are fighting this way. There is no objection to that, but I need to make us all understand, non-Garifuna people, that the fight, and again, the fight that Brother Enriquez took on was a fight that the Belize Peace Movement had fought for years, and again using their own resources, and to the best of my knowledge, Brother Enriquez has used his own resources. That's what he has stated he has used to take on this fight. And this fight essentially is for anybody, in particular, the immediate beneficiary is every single Belizean eligible, not only the persons who vote, but every person who is a member of a constituency where, just based on the maths, this is basic maths, the disparity that has been allowed in size has resulted in the devaluing of your rights and your entitlement as a citizen of Belize. It's a huge thing, Brother King Cyril. And so any Belizean residing in one of those constituencies that have existed in this huge anomaly, numerical inequality.
It's absurd, my brother.
You have this. You have skin in this game, and this involves Garifuna communities, Mayan communities, Mestizo communities, quote unquote Creole communities. Like, so while a Garifuna brother, sister has every right to say, I am proud, and stand with their brother in the fight, everybody that believes that we should do everything in our power to create an equal and fair and just society has to be standing in support of Brother Jerry Enriquez and Ombudsman Major Swazo. 100. I have to go to break, my brother, but give thanks.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you most. Before I let you go, I want to acknowledge that, yes, this is way beyond Garifuna. It's everybody. But people, we have to stop being complacent. This is affecting all of us. It's going to continue affecting all of us, including our children and children. Thank you, my brother.
Respect.
Blessings.
It's 17 minutes after 8 o'clock. We got to go to break. We'll be back.
At Benny's, we have tiles to match any decor, whether it's classic, modern, or bold. Visit a Benny's store near you to meet with a sales representative that will assist you in calculating and selecting the right tiles for your floors and walls. Choose from our vast assortment of colors, textures, styles, and finishes. The perfect tile for every space at a price that can't be beat. Whether you're renovating your kitchen or finishing your ideal office space, Benny's Tile Gallery has it all. Benny's, quality and savings.
Let's take a journey through the core functions of the Social Security Board. It all starts with registering as an insured person, employer, or self-employed individual. Sign up for a portal account to manage your Social Security information online. Just provide accurate information and click Create. This will give you access to a range of services and benefits. Next, your contribution, along with investments and other income, are collected and distributed into 3 funds. This ensures that the SSB fund is securely utilized to support various benefit programs. The SSB is committed to providing essential benefits such as sickness, maternity, injury, and pension. These benefits are paid out to eligible individuals as a part of the Social Security coverage. We help you navigate through life's challenges with financial security. Annual surplus accumulates to grow the fund each year. This surplus is invested into various industries, contributing to the growth and development of our nation. With each passing year, the fund continues to grow. Due to the annual surplus, and interest revenue earned from prudent investments. This surplus, along with reserves, helps to bolster the SSB fund and provide a safety net for those in need. We've arrived at the end of our journey to better understanding how the SSB works. We remain committed to serving you and building a secure future for all Belizeans.
Sea una persona ocupada o atrapado en el tráfico, o que tenga una circunstancia adversa o muy exigente, la tensión se acumula y lo estresa. El estrés ataca a todos en cualquier momento, a cualquier edad. El estrés es un asesino. Es mejor estar vivo que muerto, así que visite la farmacia de Freetown para obtener opciones.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué puedo hacer para usted hoy?
Estoy bien estresado.
Ok, tengo una pastilla que te va a ayudar, ¿ok? Que toma una de eso al día para 10 días y va a estar bien después, ¿sabes?
Ok. Farmacia Freetown, carretera 28 Freetown, donde estás mejor vivo que muerto. Farmacia Freetown, teléfono 22 32 87 6.
All right. On the one fun day on, the window open and the light may turn off. It looks like you listen to me, Jamie.
Not only that, I even get a new coffee mug. We keep my coffee hot all day.
I'm impressed. You don't look like you're so hard here.
Better than that, BL can change my meter to one of their new smart meter. They call it the AMI.
Oh, I hear about it on TV for BL. How do you know?
Yes, man. It don't reach the money better to change it right now. Let's go check it out.
Hey guys, I'm almost done here.
So now when you reach my area?
We're upgrading meters across Belize. House by house, business by business. Always look out for BL logo, uniforms, and IDs. BL will make you know when we're in the area. The EMI meter rollout is a part of BL strategy to modernize our energy services.
Well, you don't need to come in at my house, right?
Come in at your house, boss, only if you got something good for you.
BEL, bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Welcome back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Belize's premier morning conversation. When they have to preach, when they have to give sermon, when they have to reason, when they have to talk with one another. And the only way for that happen when you call. Because otherwise than that, that's me one day at the talk. The number 280-5848. That's the direct line for participate in the conversation. We're running out of time. Well, you're done after 8, done deep after 8. But still got time to jump in and express your views. And remember, you don't have to talk about what we really talk about ever. Right? Good. Those are just the basic rules. And this morning, we've really gone just completely, but we have a call. Krem, good morning, WB.
Yeah. Mose.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. You got two ways to spell democracy. The good righteous way, that's D-E-M-O-C-R-A-C-Y. But what we have in Belize sometimes is D-E-M-O-C-K-R-A-C-Y, a mockery of democracy.
An interesting one.
Yeah.
An interesting one, yeah. Different kind of phonics.
Yeah, the politicians, they make a mockery of it. That's why I said that D-E-M-O-C-K-R-A-C-Y. They make a mockery of democracy.
Well, in this case, they're making a mockery of transparency. Like everybody, everybody they tell you that, yeah, we are be transparent. Like transparency, they don't have favor. You know they don't have favor. We're like, oh, I feel like give us some of this today. Transparency is a requirement. It's obligation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you got Belize in your heart, you will do the right thing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. One love, Mose.
Bless, yeah. Krem, good morning, WB.
Morning, Mose.
Good morning.
Turn devil's advocate this morning.
Huh?
So I turn devil's advocate this morning.
Absolutely, no problem.
This new company, we Belize buy hydroelectricity. I am wondering if we should resell the shares of that company to a certain group of company in Belize. And right away, I know you know exactly which group of company I have, because you had your run-ins with them as well.
You think there should be I like where you're going. So you think there should be a restriction on who could buy?
Or should we discriminate?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
You see, with that group of companies, there's a history of litigation. And no doubt, there's no doubt lying the pipeline, litigations that come up on that group of companies.
Right.
Should we be so bold as to sell them shares or debentures in that company?
I am the wrong person for ask because I can't help but be biased. I would have said that I wouldn't want to get one single share in nothing else. So I don't know that is healthy or reasonable. I just know that how I feel. So I can relate to what you are saying. You say
I share the same sentiment.
Yeah. So
but they have the money.
I don't know that you can legally prevent them. We can go back to the clause that originally protected us in the matter of BTL, the golden share, and the prevention of anybody owning more than 25%, which if we had never touched that, we would have prevented a whole heap of hardship, stress, agony, and pain.
Yeah.
So maybe we can, but I think you can't, that would be discrimination. Like where they be now, I try my best to be reasonable, that we got laws and we also try, we want to create a society where we probably not legislate discrimination. And we would then, if we say shares up for sale, but you can't come by. I think they go carry that quota and then they will win more money. they win money.
Continue pay taxpayers money for litigation.
They win money again, yeah. So, but I see your point. The spirit of it is that is what we have to prevent. That we have to prevent creating, duplicating the same formula that resulted in hardship. And remember now, it is a difference between, I know telecommunications is important, phone service is important, but energy is of greater importance, and you have a situation in part of a monopoly. We don't want they at the mercy of them brother with that. No, with energy. So they better figure out one way. They got a lot of smart man. They have to figure out how that not happen. But it is that's a legitimate concern. That's a legitimate concern. I don't think you could solve it with discrimination, but I think there are things you can do. There's legislation and different ways you could make sure that you not end up with one majority shareholder where will come and hold we at ransom.
All right, next thing. Does the foreign minister actually believe that Belizeans believe that U.S. will get $125 million only for get 20 asylum seekers over a period of 2 years coming into Belize? I mean,
well, the only way that is so is if that the only part A, section 1, page 1, and where all we are come from.
Yeah. We're fooled, but I don't think we're that fooled.
All right.
As it turned out, you know what they do? What they are doing, what happened over 300 years ago? They are displacing these people the way they did with slaves. Move African slaves out of Africa, never to return again. What they're doing is human trafficking at its highest level. Moving our people out of wherever they come from, and they'll never return again. This, what is happening?
We're not talking here about the deportation of individuals.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so that's what you're talking about, because what this is about asylum seekers. So what they're trying to do is people seeking asylum, they're
not doing it voluntarily.
There are international conventions that they're signed on to that requires you to do this. But they're not enough for we asylum seekers. These asylum seekers want to go to the United States of America. United States of America, they try to figure out how to completely protect yourself from that. They're obligated to do it, for at least when the people in come. They may have, the Navy want have the requirement for build facilities for them while they process their application. So they're not
voluntary.
They're not going to believe voluntary.
Human trafficking.
Yeah, but they are going to be told just that. What happens? I see the part of it that you're looking at, where when their applications are denied, there is no commitment for anybody spend money to make people go back when they come from. So if you come from a faraway place, you reach as far as Belize to process your application for asylum in the States, and then you are turned down, which many of them will, how do you get back to where you're from? It's very unlikely that you will. Because remember, you are running away from your country based on fear for your life or other miserable situations. So you will end up. They're going to end up here. So that's the part that you are looking at. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I asked. That's the part that you are looking at.
I am looking at the part that at the highest level, people are moving from one country to the next, not knowing exactly where they are going.
All right, I hear your concern. I think the part of it that's legitimate for us is that when these applications are denied, then what's next, right? Ultimately, they will become our asylum seekers. We will inherit them because they have nowhere else to go. And
we are looking at history repeating itself.
All right.
In that we took the slaves from Africa, brought them into America without them knowing where they're going and that they'll ever return again.
Okay. I hear your point, sir. I have to go to break, but thank you very much for your call and contribution, all right?
Thank you.
All right, we go to break. We'll be back.
This project represents a powerful step in transforming how we prepare our young people for the workforce of tomorrow. A workforce that must be ready to thrive in the fourth industrial revolution, where creativity, digital literacy, and technical skills are key to national progress and development.
The design of the facility itself embodies sustainability. It will integrate climate resilient and green building architecture, meeting EDGE certification standards. Inside, classrooms and laboratories will be equipped for hands-on industry-relevant training in areas such as renewable energy, marine resource management, and sustainable construction.
This program's objective is to close the skills gap by 1. Increasing access to foundational learning, expanding opportunities to learn the fourth industrial revolution skills for the digital, green, and blue economies, as was shared earlier, promoting inclusive and gender-responsive education for all Belizeans. To our students, it is an investment in your potential, your dreams, and your future.
I'm Randall Friesen and I manage Westwell Produce, better known as Granny's Foods. That's our main brand. So we offer high quality grains, beans, rice, and we also offer corn chips made from 100% locally grown corn. We saw a need for high quality locally produced products. A lot of the best products are being exported, and we said, we need to keep some of the best products here in Belize rather than export everything. Atlantic Bank has helped us achieve our goals by providing the financing for us to be able to launch products faster than we would without the financing that they offer. We find that Atlantic Bank is very customer friendly, especially with small and medium-sized businesses. We find that Atlantic Bank is more than willing to go the extra mile. They try to understand your business. So when we go to Atlantic Bank with a certain need, we find that they try to develop a solution that will meet our specific need. I would encourage any small business owner to go to Atlantic Bank for their financial services. They're very friendly, and just overall, their service is excellent.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
It's here, the biggest sale of the year at Builders Hardware from October 15th to December 31st. Find your happy place with 10% off appliances, 20% off paint, and a whopping 25% off paint supplies like fans, AC, and tiles. Plus, enjoy 30 to 50% off selective items. That's not all. From sand gravel to blocks and roofing, we got everything you need from construction start to finish. Builders Hardware in Belmopan. This is your happy place.
Alright, welcome back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Mose Hyde hosting today on this November 3rd. Our telephone number is 280-5848. And just so that I'm not accused of false promises, when I got on, I said we're going to give away the first 2 tickets for Puntatopia 2025 today, right now on the show. I said later on in the show. Well, now it's later on in the show, and I have to fulfill my promise right now. And so we've got to make it very easy for you. Very easy. It's just to get it out the way. We don't want to block traffic on the matter. So the first person that calls in and tells me 3 Punta Rock performers that will be on the show, you're going to get 2 passes just like that. For Puntatopia 2025, you call us at 280-5848. All you need to do is to tell me 3 of the performers, and you're going to get yourself 2 of the passes. Monday, November the 17th. We're not going to wait long for you to call in. The longer you take, then we'll move off the topic and continue on our conversation. We have a call from Good Morning WB.
Miami, Reckless, and Super G.
Sorry, you kind of made one mistake there. You're called with bold confidence. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Are the call to win the prize?
Yeah, you can if you have the right answers. That brother calling just now never had the right answers. I don't understand how you could have the wrong answers, but tell me, 3 of the performers.
All right, yes. 3 of the performers will be Chico Ramos, Miami, and Super G.
You sure?
Yes, positive.
Your final answer.
Final.
All right, you're absolutely correct. And to be honest with you, I'm glad that the first winner is a woman. I bias like that. So, yeah. What's your name?
Zaida.
Zaida.
Yes.
Zaida. Okay. Zaida.
I watch your show every day, Mose, every morning. So
Zaida.
I'm glad I win.
Every morning you watch the show?
Correct.
Oh.
I watch WUB.
So where I had on Friday morning?
Hey, no go on, so don't put me on the spot like that.
So
I'm forget, Mose.
you forget where I had on Friday, but you see me Friday.
No, you know, not Friday. I never watch it Friday, but I watch it today to catch up.
Okay. But Thursday.
Yeah, I think I will watch it Thursday. I'm not sure. But I don't keep track.
So what happened is, what happened is, Zaida, is that I try to trick you and I think I trick you. Because, because if you watch a show every day like we say, you would know that I only there on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, well, you'll catch me then. You'll catch me.
I catch your fair and square, but listen to me. I understand your point. You don't watch it all the time, but you say that you catch it and you like it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So exaggerate as we that believes tend to do. We embellish.
Not really.
Embellish it. Nothing wrong with embellishing it. It's marketing. Zaida, with your last name, no?
Roaches.
Zaida Roaches. You will be able to come and pick up your 2 tickets starting tomorrow, right at the compound. You will come and get your tickets, all right?
All right, no
you
problem.
need to bring your ID to Zaida.
No problem. Thank you, Mose.
And I hope you're ready to come and have a great time.
I sure will. Have a good day.
All right. Respect to you. It's 8:46 inside the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. And this morning we have spent on one topic, well, mostly on one topic. We've had people call in on a couple of other things, but we have stood and defended the right for a Belizean citizen to inquire as to what government has spent on its attorneys. Now, we know that the way it works is that government wants to say, well, that no nothing where we disturb on a private contract. We know we don't want to expose people where they get like if you do business with the government and get paid from the public purse, that's a choice you make, right? That's a choice that you have made, and you are being paid from the public coffers. You've signed doing business with the government of Belize that is doing business on behalf of the people of Belize, right? And just as if you are doing business with a private company, the shareholders or the board of directors of that company have a right to say, listen, I want to see what the manager spent on this. That is not intrusion on privacy. There's nothing that is to be a secret from the shareholders and from the directors. That's how it works. It is not in any of this. Anybody they try butt in a business with another business. If there's a company out there and they hire attorneys, now I don't have a right to go ask that company. I don't got no share. I don't know a director. I can't go get into that. I can't go push my nose into that. I don't have a right. But when it comes to a public matter, and the government of Belize representing on behalf of the people of Belize and spending from the government treasury, which, as I mentioned early on, aka the people's money. And then you have the office of the ombudsman saying, hey, you need to share, we need to get this information. You are making a mockery of these institutions, and you're making a mockery of your duty to be transparent when you try to deny that. And then potentially now spending more money to prevent the people from knowing how much money you spent. It doesn't work, but it will if collectively we do not say that we are not accepting this. I take this call to go to break. Good morning, WUB.
Mose, I have a quick question. I'll take a moment to do a deep breathing and relax myself because this thing that bothers me so much. But why do you think that we just sit back and let this happen? Why? Is it because of our laws? The laws are not working for us? Is it because we really can't hold our ministers accountable? Why something like this? Why do you think that this will fly?
This is a matter that you have to take a little time out to understand how it affects you. And I think very often we don't take that time out to understand how it affects us. And so we see it as Mr. Enriquez has a problem, the ombudsman has a problem, they can't get their way, and there are those who are okay with saying, well, government, they do not right, but not feel in any way interested or obligated for putting themselves in it. Like you describe it, they will say, oh man, that's a foul, but I know I'm jumping at the ring. So I think that our part, we don't feel we have not developed that kind of understanding of where power duty begin. We, the people. If we say a foul, we can't just say to ourselves in our private space, oh, that's a foul. That is not adequate.
Similarly, the Bodna case, Mose, not to have all over the place, but similarly, the Bodna case, we see the evidence, we see all the compelling where it is leading to, who the fingers are being pointed to. But yet still, we allow few people to dance around us.
Well,
literally, it's like someone.
But I would want to say that they kind of create this excuse for themselves that Mr. Budna is a bad person, and the records say that he is. But you could say he's a bad person, but bad persons are responsible for what happened to him, and we want to know that we want to hold them accountable as well. But they kind of, so it's different. But now they cannot speak to the fact that Mr. Enriquez has any criminal record. They cannot speak that the ombudsman has any criminal record. So they don't have that excuse in this case.
Yeah, it's a matter of, I don't like what you did, so I will shut you up. You no matter if you do good, bad, you no matter you deliver justice, I don't like what you do, they work for me, so I'm going to shut you up. This is a case of that, dictatorship.
It's an absolute abuse of power.
Yeah, complete abuse. Man, I just hope that Belizeans rise up more. We can't let this slide, honestly. I really hope that we rise up and set an example.
All right.
Major Soazo deliver justice to the Belizean people. and we need to protect him. We need to support him.
What's worse than that? What's worse than that is that we are messaging every single person that we want to have that same courage to act on our behalf. We are messaging them to say that if you do and you are being pushed back against, we are not there for you. And while it doesn't mean that these people are not still obligated to act in an honorable and courageous manner, human nature being what it is, people will look out for number one, and they will look out for themselves, and they're going to say, I'm not going to put my neck out. Now, it shouldn't be that standing on principle is putting your neck out, but we exist in a space that it is. We can't change it. There are consequences. Major Swazo is going to be marked, but Enriquez is going to be marked, and they're going to face adversity as a result of standing on principle. In the case of Brother Enriquez, for fighting for a principle. We who benefit from it, we have a duty, or else we are not able to say, well, we needed this person to act with honor. We needed this person to act with courage. Well, why will they? If we show an unwillingness to say stand when they stand. I think we're on the clock right now on this matter, brother.
One of the main things, we cannot hold any of these individuals accountable within the government because they are all safe under this banner called the government of Belize. We can't single out John Britannia and say, we are taking to court, or we'll punish you, you will pay for X, Y, Z. So our laws are messed up. We need to really look into the Constitution, change our laws a bit, and make it work for the people, because it has not been working for the people.
The Constitution cannot get off of the paper and stand in our defense. So even if we create a perfect Constitution, it is meaningless or powerless without a people having a consciousness of the importance of it and standing up for it. The Constitution doesn't have arms, legs, voice. It doesn't have it. That we make it what it is. And in this instance, we, when I think you're too young to remember, King Cyril, when the Ombudsman legislation was put in, there was a lot of hoopla. Very intelligent people were saying this is a very progressive thing. This is a very people power strengthening thing, because now we have an office and we have an individual that is empowered. And if you read the Ombudsman Act, it has the office of the Ombudsman has legitimate power. Now the problem is that they only have 1 3-year term, and they essentially have to be approved by the very people that they have to be holding to account. So I
guess it's the closest thing we have to UNCAP.
It is a good tool. Unfortunately, how it's worked is that they try to find safe individuals to put there.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, just for public knowledge, who gets to elect the ombudsman? For the public knowledge.
It's the same government. It's approved by I believe it's approved by the Governor General and all of that. But it is the House that does it. So it means the government. But come on, Major Swazo has his PUP credential. So he is expected to toe the line. So what Major Swazo is living is that you have to put principle and what is right ahead of your party. That's what he's doing.
Right.
So it is absolutely refreshing, but it means nothing if the people of Belize squander it. We can't. I think what you are really demanding is that you can't squander the moment. He is absolute. Even if they say there's a technicality, how these attorneys can find a technicality, right? And find a technicality as to why the ombudsman can't be the office where do this. The fact is that even if there's a technicality, and I'm not saying there is, and I don't believe that, but even if there is no technicality where the people of Belize don't have a right.
Mose, you know, we shouldn't even be here talking about this right now, honestly. This is how pathetic it is. We shouldn't even be here talking about this right now. As soon as that news may bust out, we should have been jaw-dropped enough to take action. Like, what? It don't make no sense.
Obviously, I feel that even without the everyday person doing that, we have to call on civil organizations to stand.
It's just what is he taking the ombudsman to court for? Look at it, redistricting, where Jerry fight for the longest. Something where benefit the people.
It's the law, though. It's the law.
Like what you said, voters in Belize City worth more than voters in Dangriga in St. Pete West.
Absolutely. So it is the right. It is the law. Like, it's not even a favor. It's not even when you want to do it like that. I know what laws about. You know, obey me when it's convenient. That the law don't know like that. Like there are times when it's convenient to go up stop. There are times when it's convenient to pay. You really not got that money if you go buy third party insurance and I say, man, give me till next year. But that's not the way law go. They're not at your convenience. Huh?
Do you know when his contract expires?
I don't know when Major Swaz's contract is expired.
Because I am asking publicly, because this is what I would like, I'm suggesting we pay attention to. Know when his contract expires. And maybe they might have a good enough reason to say, you know what, we're not going to renew a contract. But it could very well be, if they cancel his contract, it's going to be because of this. Very well.
What politics I believe is based on either where I say zero all, and you have to be honest and say that Major Swaz is going to be marked. How dare Major Swaz do something like that? He's doing the right thing. He's doing the honorable thing.
Absolutely.
But the way it's going
to be rewarded and not punished.
Well, he has acted on behalf of the people. The question is whether the people will act on behalf of him. He has acted on behalf of what is right for the people. 100 on that. But I am out of time, but give thanks for the call.
My brother, thank you so much. And keep doing your part as well. Blessing.
All right, we got to go to a final break, come back and close.
I'm Randolph Friesen and I manage Westwell Produce, better known as Granny's Foods. That's our main brand. So we offer high quality grains, beans, rice, and we also offer corn chips made from 100% locally grown corn. We saw a need for high quality locally produced products. A lot of the best products are being exported, and we said, we need to keep some of the best products here in Belize rather than export everything. Atlantic Bank has helped us achieve our goals by providing the financing for us to be able to launch products faster than we would without the financing that they offer. We find that Atlantic Bank is very customer friendly, especially with small and medium-sized businesses. We find that Atlantic Bank is more than willing to go the extra mile. They try to understand your business. So when we go to Atlantic Bank with a certain need, we find that they try to develop a solution that will meet our specific need. I would encourage any small business owner to go to Atlantic Bank for their financial services. They're very friendly, and just overall, their service is excellent.
When working with sheetrock, you need screws that give you quick penetration for a speedy, stable installation. Best Screws, fast frame and fast finish drywall screws are specifically designed for you. Engineered by Best Manufacturing, Best Screws makes every job faster and easier. These screws offer reliable performance with a superior hold. You also save money due to Best Crew's affordability. They are cheaper than the leading brands. Get the job done quickly without compromising on strength. For all your drywall installations, get Best Crew's Fast Frame and Fast Finish. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Let's take a journey through the core functions of the Social Security Board. It all starts with registering as an insured person, employer, or self-employed individual. Sign up for a portal account to manage your Social Security information online. Just provide accurate information and click Create. This will give you access to a range of services and benefits. Next, your contribution, along with investments and other income, are collected and distributed into 3 funds. This ensures that the SSB fund is securely utilized to support various benefit programs. The SSB is committed to providing essential benefits such as sickness, maternity, injury, and pension. These benefits are paid out to eligible individuals as a part of the Social Security coverage. We help you navigate through life's challenges with financial security. Annual surplus accumulates to grow the fund each year. This surplus is invested into various industries, contributing to the growth and development of our nation. With each passing year, the fund continues to grow due to the annual surplus and interest revenue earned from prudent investments. This surplus, along with reserves, helps to bolster the SSB fund and provide a safety net for those in need. We've arrived at the end of our journey to better understanding how the SSB works. We remain committed to serving you and building a secure future for all Belizeans.
Yes, I want to do farming. Fruits, vegetables, anything. You don't have to go out there and buy, you have your own thing.
This never happened when I come in too, baby. That's what you do.
200 lots, more lots than people with land of Ocasio. So when I pick them when I ban yet to get land.
You could look at all of them, how happy they are. They're so, man, these people don't know how to express themselves right now.
People who have never had a land before, will live here for years, finally get something to say, okay, I have something in my name,
So when you get your piece of land, you have to hold on to your land. You have something to pass on to your picnic.
Use your land, make it useful.
Don't sell your land because it is gold. You're investing in your own selves and your children down the road.
I know how to say thank again because it's a great achievement.
And that brings us to the end of today's WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes with Health and Strength. We come back tomorrow morning right here 6:30 for the Tuesday morning edition of Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. We want to thank our team as always behind the scene, Larry G at Crumb Radio and at XTV Glue, Cliff, and directing today, Miss Alexi Ballard. Have a great Monday. Stand strong, stand firm. For now, we're gone!
Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up,